Okay, welcome back, and now we're going to talk about something called the quadratic formula. Now in the last video I talked about quadratic equations where the x term was missing, and the way I worked that out will work for any result, any quadratic equation where the x term is missing. But if you have, in the general case, there is a general formula that will work for all quadratic equations, and that is the quadratic formula. Okay, so the quadratic formula is a general formula that will work in solving any quadratic equation. Okay, so let's go over that for a moment. So the quadratic formula is based on, again, the standard form of a quadratic equation. So you have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. The quadratic formula is this. If you want to solve for x, then this is the formula that you're going to want to use. It's called the quadratic formula. So x is equal to negative b, okay, so whatever this is, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2 times a. Okay? So everything you need to plug into here comes from the coefficients of the quadratic equation. Now, if there's a term missing, then that just means that that coefficient is 0. Okay? Now, what about this? Let's use this. So the first thing we need to do is to make sure we know what a, b, and c are. That's it. Okay? So if we have a quadratic equation, now this one's already in standard form, almost, right? So again, look at all the pluses. So if I want this in standard form, I'm going to change this to a plus negative. Now, if you're prone to making sign errors, I would recommend doing this so that way you don't get the wrong value for A, B, and C. Remember, A, B, and C are based on having addition signs here. Okay? So now A is equal to 2, B is equal to 5, and C is equal to negative 3, not positive 3. Okay, now, all I have to do is plug it into the quadratic formula now. So this is negative b. Well, b is 5, but I want negative b. So that's going to be the opposite of b, which is going to be negative 5, obviously. Okay? Plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, which is going to be 4 times 2 times negative 3. All divided by 2a. So it's going to be 2 times 2. Now all I have to do is just simplify this and make sure I do it correctly. So I'm going to simplify everything in the radical, right, under the radical. So this is going to be negative 5 plus or minus, well, this is going to be 25 plus, because negative sign, right, negative times negative, so that's going to be plus, and this is going to be 24. Over 4. So now, what happens is this? Well, now I'm going to get negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 49 over 4. Now, the square root of 49 is 7. So now this is going to be negative 5 plus or minus 7 over 4. Now, this is going to be either negative 4 plus 7. Well, if I do not negative 4. Negative 5 plus 7. Well, that's going to give me 2 fourths, which equals 1/2. There's one answer. Or it's going to be negative 5 minus 7, which is going to give me negative 12 over 4, which is equal to negative 3. And so there are my two answers. So that means for this problem, x equals 1/2 or negative 3. And again, check to make sure. So what would you do? You would take your x values and you would separately, you would take 1/2. Plug in 1/2 here. See if you get 0. Well, 1/2 squared is 1/4. 1/4 times 2 is 1/2. Okay? 1/2 times 5 is what? 2.5. 2.5 plus 1/2 is 3. 3 plus a -3 is 0. It works. And then -3, try that one. -3 squared is 9. 2 times 9 is 18. What's this? This is -3. -3 times 5 is -15. -15 plus 18 is 3. 3 plus -3 is 0. It works out. Okay? Always check your answers to make sure you didn't make a mistake somewhere. Okay? Have a great day.